My dear friends, I'm Dr. David. For more than 30 years in the field of health and nutrition, I've met thousands of people across America, people who truly believed they were eating healthy, yet their bodies were quietly crying for help. I remember a spring morning when Henry, a 62-year-old patient, walked into my office with a faint smile. He said, "Doctor, I eat lots of fruit, quit cakes, quit soda, but somehow my weight keeps going up. Every morning I see my belly getting bigger in the mirror." I looked at his test results: high blood sugar, increased visceral fat, and reduced muscle mass. When I asked what he usually ate, he said, "Bananas, grapes, mangoes." I thought those were nature's best gifts. My friends, this is one of the biggest misunderstandings I see every day. We often believe eating fruit is healthier than eating candy. That's true, but not the whole truth. Not every fruit helps with weight loss, especially after 50 when the body begins to speak a different language. When we're young, our bodies burn sugar faster, muscles are stronger, and insulin works more efficiently. But after 50, the body becomes more sensitive to sugar, even natural sugar from fruits. Many people think that fruit sugar is harmless. But the truth is fructose, the natural sugar in most sweet fruits, can overload the liver, increase belly fat, and lead to weight gain. I've seen many people like Henry who eat fruit daily wondering why their weight never drops. They blame themselves thinking they lack discipline. But the real issue isn't willpower, it's understanding. Imagine this: your body is like a car that's been running for many years. It still works beautifully, but it needs a different kind of fuel, gentler, more refined. If you keep pouring the same fuel as when you were young, sooner or later, the engine will struggle. And fruits, though, gifts of nature, must be chosen wisely for the engine of your 50s. So today I want to share a truth very few people talk about. Not every fruit supports weight loss or muscle preservation. Some, though seemingly innocent, secretly promote fat gain and fatigue. Yet others, gentle and smart, help you burn fat, protect muscle, and feel lighter every day. And in today's journey, I'll help you tell them apart so you'll know which fruits to choose and which to avoid if you truly want to regain your shape and vitality at 50, 60, or even 70. Because, my friends, weight loss isn't just about numbers on the scale. It's about understanding your body on a deeper level. Every bite, every choice is a conversation between you and yourself. Have you ever felt that way? If you have, stay with me until the end of this video, because once you understand what I'm about to share, you can completely change how your body reacts to food and how you feel about yourself. Fruit, Mark 1, ripe bananas, the sweet friend that can secretly slow you down. My dear friends, today I want to talk about a fruit that almost everyone loves: the banana. It's one of the most common fruits I see my patients over 50 eating daily, often with good intentions. "Doctor, I eat bananas because they give me energy and are good for my heart," they say. Sounds right, but the truth is a bit more complex. I remember a patient named Margaret, 59 years old. Every morning she started her day with a banana smoothie and yogurt. "It keeps me full and stops my cravings," she said. But 2 months later, her weight was up by nearly 6 pounds, even though she was still exercising regularly. When I reviewed her diet, the reason was clear. Ripe bananas, though heart-healthy, are packed with natural sugar and fast starch. One medium banana contains about 20-25 grams of sugar, almost the same as a small can of soda. At 30, your body can easily burn that off with a few hours of activity. But after 50, metabolism slows, muscle mass decreases, and insulin, the hormone that controls blood sugar, becomes less effective. So excess sugar turns into fat stored around the belly, liver, and thighs. The danger is many people think bananas are healthy, so they eat even more, sometimes replacing entire meals with them. But the riper the banana, the more fructose it contains, making your liver work harder to process it. The result: you don't lose weight, you gain it, along with fatigue and bloating. Imagine this: your body is a fine-tuned machine. When you were young, it could handle extra energy easily. But after 50, every bit of sugar is like excess oil poured into the engine. It doesn't burn off. It just builds up, slowing you down day by day. Now, this doesn't mean you should completely give up bananas. I actually recommend green bananas, slightly unripe ones, with a mild starchy taste. They're rich in resistant starch, a special fiber that helps regulate blood sugar, support gut health, and aid in weight loss. If you love bananas, try eating half of a boiled or steamed green banana in the morning with some protein like boiled eggs or a handful of almonds. That combination helps stabilize insulin and keep your energy steady without increasing belly fat. My dear friends, here's the simple truth. No food is entirely bad. It's how and when we eat that makes the difference. Bananas can be your good friend, but if you don't understand your body, they can also become the friend that slows you down. So if you're on a weight loss journey or want to stay strong and fit after 50, start by looking at the type of banana you eat each day. Because sometimes one small change, like choosing green bananas over ripe ones, can be the first powerful step toward reclaiming your strength and confidence. Fruit, number 2, ripe mango, the sweet flavor behind the sugar trap. My dear friends, if there's one fruit that reminds many of summer freshness and health, it's the mango. Sweet, fragrant, soft, who doesn't love that taste? But let me tell you a truth, few people talk about ripe mangoes can be a gentle betrayer on your weight loss journey. I remember my patient Linda, 55, a retired teacher. She was so proud of her healthy diet. I don't drink soda, I don't eat sweets, I just have mango every night. It helps me sleep and fruit is always good, right? She said. 3 months later, Linda came back and her results were surprising. Her blood sugar was up, belly fat increased, and muscle mass dropped. She looked at me and said in disbelief, "How is that possible, doctor? I only eat mango." I gently explained that one glass of mango smoothie, just one, can contain up to 40 grams of natural sugar, nearly the same as a can of soda. The issue isn't whether sugar is natural or artificial. Fructose from fruit is still processed by the liver, and when the liver is overloaded, that excess turns into stored fat, especially around the abdomen. After 50, our bodies are no longer as flexible as before. The liver is weaker, muscle mass smaller, and metabolism slower. That means every spoonful of mango smoothie, no matter how small, can spike your blood sugar faster than you think. Have you ever noticed, after eating ripe mango, your energy rises quickly, but soon after you feel tired, sluggish, and crave more food? That's the blood sugar roller coaster, the silent enemy of weight loss and muscle maintenance. Here's something interesting: unripe mango. Green mango does the opposite. It's lower in sugar, rich in organic acids that help digest fat, and full of vitamin C that supports fat burning. I often tell my patients, if you love mango, enjoy it. Green, slice it into salads or pair a few thin pieces with grilled chicken fish or boiled eggs. It's tasty and helps control blood sugar far better. My friends, I know it's hard to let go of what we once believed was healthy, but sometimes those very habits quietly steal away our lightness and vitality. Mango isn't bad, but after 50, your body needs a new kind of love, one rooted in understanding. Remember this: food isn't just energy, it's a language your body understands. If you speak to it with too many sweet words, it will respond with fatigue and fat. But if you speak with balance, it will reply with health, strength, and joy. So next time you hold a ripe golden mango, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this what my body truly needs today? That one mindful moment might be the very step that sets you ahead on your journey of weight loss, strength, and vitality after 50. Fruit, 3, grapes, small, sweet, and silently dangerous. My dear friends, picture a peaceful evening. You're sitting on the couch watching TV, a bowl of fresh grapes on the table. You think, instead of cookies or ice cream, I'll have grapes, much healthier. And yes, grapes are natural, full of vitamin C and antioxidants. But I must be honest, grapes are one of the easiest fruits to cause weight gain after 50. I remember my patient, Robert, 63, a retired engineer. He told me, "Doctor, I eat grapes because they're good for the heart. I read somewhere they have resveratrol, helps slow aging." That's true, but when I looked at his diet, I saw he was eating almost a pound of grapes a day, over 100 grams of natural sugar. Just one small cup, about 15 to 20 grapes, already contains more than 20 grams of sugar. In dried grapes, the number doubles or even triples because when water evaporates, the sugar becomes concentrated. In other words, a handful of raisins can equal a chocolate bar in sugar content. After 50, the problem isn't just weight. Your body loses muscle and gains visceral fat, especially around the belly and liver. Fructose in grapes is processed directly by the liver. When your liver is tired, it can't turn that sugar into energy. Instead, it turns into stored fat, silently accumulating day by day. I've seen many patients like Robert. They don't eat fried food. They don't snack yet because they eat grapes for health. Their blood sugar rises, liver fat increases, and their waistline expands. They feel confused and discouraged, thinking, I did everything right. Why is this happening? And I tell them, the issue isn't what you eat, it's how much and when. If you love grapes, you don't have to quit them entirely. Think of them as a small treat. Eat a few fresh ones after lunch, not at night, when your body slows down and burns less energy. And please avoid raisins or grape juice. Their sugar content is many times higher than fresh grapes. If you want a similar but healthier choice, try blueberries. They're mildly sweet, much lower in sugar, and contain anthocyanins, compounds that reduce inflammation, stabilize insulin, and protect muscle cells. My dear friends, after 50, everything you put into your body shapes your tomorrow. A bowl of grapes today may seem harmless, but over time it can quietly add to your fatigue, heaviness, and weight gain. So next time you reach for that bowl of grapes, ask yourself, am I eating out of habit or because my body truly needs this? That small awareness can change your entire health journey. Because sometimes weight loss doesn't begin with cutting everything out. It begins with understanding what truly nourishes you and what quietly harms you. Fruit number 4, watermelon, sweet and refreshing, but a blood sugar roller coaster. My dear friends, there's hardly a fruit that reminds us of summer more vividly than watermelon. Just one cool, juicy slice, and all your tiredness seems to melt away. Many people believe watermelon detoxes the body, flushes toxins, and even helps with weight loss because it's mostly water. It sounds reasonable, but the truth is watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes of all fruits, which means it can make your blood sugar and fat storage spike quickly. I remember a patient named Thomas, 60, a cheerful, strong man. He told me, "Doctor, I've cut out sweets and alcohol. Now I just eat watermelon every night. It's the healthiest dessert, right?" When we reviewed his results months later, his fasting blood sugar had increased, his cholesterol was up, and he felt more tired than before. I asked Thomas, "How much watermelon do you usually eat?" He laughed, "Maybe half a melon, doctor, but it's mostly water." And that's the biggest illusion about watermelon. Yes, it's more than 90% water, but the rest is almost entirely natural sugar, fructose. A large bowl, about 300 grams, can contain 25-30 grams of sugar, the same as a small can of soda. So even though you feel light, your body is actually absorbing a big sugar load very quickly. After 50, the body handles sugar very differently. The liver and muscles are less capable of grabbing that sugar and turning it into energy. So your insulin spikes, then crashes, leaving you hungry, tired, and craving more food soon after. That feeling of lightness after eating watermelon is temporary. What follows is a cycle of fatigue and sugar cravings. I told Thomas, "Your body doesn't need that much water from watermelon. It needs steady, lasting energy." We replaced his nightly watermelon with half a grapefruit or cucumber slices with fresh lime. 3 weeks later, he came back smiling. "I still feel fresh, but I'm no longer waking up hungry at midnight," he said. My friends, I'm not saying you have to give up watermelon completely. It's still a beautiful gift of summer, just enjoy it wisely. If you really love it, eat a small slice, around 100 grams during the day when you're active and can burn that energy off. Avoid eating it at night, especially after dinner when your body's resting and more likely to store sugar as fat. After 50, every food choice is a conversation with your body. Watermelon can cool you down for a moment, but eaten at the wrong time, it can heat things up in another way. High blood sugar, internal heat, and belly fat. So remember, sweetness isn't the enemy, timing and portion are. Once you start paying attention to those sweet habits, your body will grow lighter, not just from losing weight, but from truly understanding, listening, and loving itself the right way. Fruit number 5, dried fruits. The healthy snack that silently adds pounds. My dear friends, if there's one food that fools most people, it's dried fruit. Dried apples, banana chips, raisins, apricots. They look so natural, small, and convenient. Many people tell me, "Doctor, I quit candy. Now I only eat dried fruit, that's better, right?" And I always smile and say, it's good, but only if you understand its limits. I remember a patient named Evelyn, 67. She loved natural foods and cared deeply about her health. Every morning she ate a small handful of raisins, almonds, and oats, her version of a healthy Mediterranean breakfast. But months later, she returned 9 pounds heavier and with higher liver fat levels. She was puzzled, "But I don't eat cake or refined sugar." I explained that the problem was concentration. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, but the sugar remains concentrated many times over. For example, 1 cup of fresh grapes has about 20 grams of sugar. When dried into raisins, that can exceed 100 grams for the same weight. That means just a few bites can equal a chocolate bar in sugar. Dried fruits easily trick you. They're small, light, and hard to portion control. You think you're eating a little, but your body's absorbing a massive sugar load in minutes. After 50, when insulin sensitivity declines, that's like a sugar storm right after your meal. I told Evelyn, your body doesn't care whether sugar comes from candy or raisins to your liver. It's all sugar to be processed. What's worse, most commercial dried fruits are coated in glucose syrup, preservatives, and oils, disrupting your metabolism even further. The result, instead of absorbing nutrients, your body struggles to balance sugar and fat. I'm not saying you must ban dried fruits completely. If you truly enjoy them, choose freeze-dried, no sugar-added options, and eat just a few pieces after a meal, never on an empty stomach. Better yet, replace them with fresh low-sugar fruits like grapefruit, green apples, or blueberries. They keep you full longer and provide real fibers, something dried fruits have mostly lost. My friends, when I was younger, I believed that anything natural must be good. But after decades of watching how the body changes with age, I've learned that nature only helps when we know how to use it. A small handful of dried fruit can be a gift, but if repeated daily, it can quietly steal your energy, mobility, and confidence. Remember this, there's no bad food, only the wrong way of eating it. So if you're trying to lose weight or stay in shape after 50, skip the sugary dried snacks and choose what's fresh, alive, and real, because that's what your body truly needs to come alive again. 5 fruits that help build muscle and burn fat. After 50, when nature becomes your ally in maturity. My dear friends, after we've talked about those sweet but sneaky fruits today, I want to bring you another perspective, the real gifts of nature. These are the fruits that help you burn fat, build muscle, and feel younger every single day, whether you're 50, 60, or beyond. I often tell my patients, you don't need to eat less to be healthy, you just need to eat smarter. Here are the fruits I consider true companions for life after 50 foods that not only make your body lighter but stronger day by day. 1. Grapefruit, the enemy of belly fat. I remember my patient Linda. After she stopped eating mangoes at night, I suggested half a grapefruit before breakfast. 3 months later, she told me I lost 7 pounds, my stomach feels flatter, and I sleep better. Grapefruit helps reduce insulin, the hormone responsible for storing fat, and burns belly fat effectively. It's also rich in vitamin C, which supports collagen production, helping the skin stay firm and the body recover faster after activity. 2. Green apples, natural appetite control. 1 small green apple a day can act as your natural brake pedal for hunger. Green apples are rich in pectin, a soluble fiber that slows digestion and stabilizes blood sugar. That's especially important after 50, when your body no longer responds to insulin as efficiently. I often tell patients to carry one in their bag when traveling or working. It replaces sugary snacks while keeping energy steady throughout the day. 3. Blueberries, the secret of staying young. I call blueberries nature's anti-aging pill. They contain anthocyanins, compounds that enhance insulin sensitivity, reduce muscle inflammation, and protect cells from age-related damage. One of my patients, Robert, who used to love grapes, switched to eating blueberries daily. In just 2 months, his blood sugar and liver fat levels dropped noticeably. He told me, "Doctor, I feel 10 years younger." 4. Avocado, the good fat that builds strength. Avocado isn't sweet, but it's the heart of a healthy diet. Its monounsaturated fats help absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, and support muscle growth. Avocado also helps stabilize hormones, especially testosterone, crucial for maintaining muscle strength after 50. Adding half an avocado to breakfast with boiled eggs or a salad is a small habit that can reshape your body over time. Siriorific, papaya, the digestive ally. Papaya contains papain, a digestive warrior enzyme that helps absorb protein, better reduce bloating, and soothe the gut. Many people over 50 experience digestion issues that lead to poor absorption and muscle loss. Papaya acts as a gentle bridge to bring your body back to balance. I often tell patients a slice of papaya after dinner is like saying thank you to your body for working so hard all day. My dear friends, these fruits are more than food, they're messages of balance. Your body doesn't need extremes or strict diets, it simply needs awareness. Because once you start choosing wisely, nature becomes your ally, helping you build muscle, burn fat, and age gracefully. After 50, every meal isn't just about living, it's about reviving. My dear friends, if you've stayed with me this far, I know you're not just trying to lose weight, you're seeking a way to live with more mindfulness, health, and joy. Because after 50, weight loss isn't about numbers or scales, it's about vitality, confidence, and that morning sparkle in your eyes. I've worked with thousands of people over the past 30 years, and I've learned one truth. The human body never betrays you. It only responds to how you treat it. If you rush and neglect it, it reacts with fatigue and weight gain. But if you slow down and listen, truly listen, it begins to return to you gently like an old friend. Today you've learned not every fruit helps you lose weight. Ripe bananas, mangoes, grapes, watermelon, and dried fruits, they can be double-edged swords. But nature is fair. It still offers you grapefruit, green apples, blueberries, avocado, and papaya gifts that help you burn fat, build muscle, and restore youthful energy. I want you to remember this. Weight loss doesn't begin with your mouth, it begins with your awareness. Each time you pick up a piece of food, ask yourself, does this nourish me? If the answer is yes, eat with gratitude. If not, set it down and choose again. I once had a patient, Richard, 68. When he started his weight loss journey, he didn't go to the gym or follow strict diets. He simply changed the fruits he ate, removing high sugar ones and adding grapefruit, green apples, and avocado. 3 months later, he told me, "Doctor, I didn't just lose 13 pounds. I feel alive again, lighter, happier, and no longer afraid of aging." My dear friends, your body is the only home you'll live in for life. Don't let it age too soon because of old habits. Start refreshing it one small step at a time, one right fruit, one warm glass of water, one slow breath before eating. And if this message touched you, if you've realized you once ate the wrong way, but now want to change, start today. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love, because sometimes one small piece of wisdom can bring back someone's health, joy, and confidence. And if you're ready, write in the comments below. I will listen to my body starting today. I'm Dr. David, and I truly believe at any age you can be strong, healthy, and full of life again, if you just choose to begin gently and with love.